Welcome back, you guys, to another video. So today we're going to be talking about how to build muscle and lose fat at the same time, otherwise known as a lean bulk. So the first thing that I think of is I don't believe in the two phases of having a dirty bulk and then a cutting phase. I think dirty bulking is just a great excuse to eat whatever you want. You double up on the Oreos, you double up on the bread, the pasta, whatever it is. You're really just letting yourself get away with whatever it is that you want just because you want to eat it. Because you think, you know what, I know that I'm going to cut at some point. I'm going to be shredded. You start to envision this dream result. But in reality, you don't ever change your habits. You continue to eat the same sort of foods. You start to overflow, you spill over, and then you really have a lot of issues. So back when I was doing dirty bulking, I really didn't know it any different. On YouTube, it was like all these guys that are like, dude, just eat everything. Never let yourself get hungry, just consistently eat, just slamming calories and hitting the weights. That's really what YouTube was all about back then, was just like hitting the weights, throwing down calories, and that was it. I'm gonna show you guys scientifically how to lean bulk. When I started lean bulking around 6-7 years ago, it changed absolutely everything for me. My aesthetic changed, the way that I felt changed. I had more energy, more clarity. Skin was clearer, I felt better overall. So I'm gonna show you guys exactly how to do that. The first thing is cutting out processed foods. I know it's gonna be a little bit challenging at first, but if it comes in a box, it comes in a package, just get rid of it. Honestly, this is gonna be so damaging. These companies really market to us and they know and study us and how we can become addicted to these foods. These are usually high glycemic, they're usually high in sugar, fat, oils, inflammatory oils, and they're just highly processed garbage that really keep us addicted, keep us buying it, and really keep our bodies really inflamed, and it really doesn't help us at all. The second thing is gonna be having a protein-rich diet. So you wanna really have a protein-rich diet for protein synthesis because essentially your body will like to pull from your muscles before it pulls from fat. So there's a certain way to go about this, but you wanna make sure that your muscles are consistently fueled, that your body has amino acids and proteins to build on, so that when they consistently have that in a diet, it's really not gonna be pulling from your muscles, so you have an opportunity to consistently grow from there. So things like lean meats, such as like chicken, turkey, fish, lean cuts of steak is gonna be great for building muscle, as well as incorporating healthy fats and then obviously healthy carbs. Things like sweet potatoes, quinoa, wild or brown rice are some of my favorites, and then things like avocado, healthier oils like avocado oil, olive oil. Those are going to be super important to your diet and the building blocks of essentially what you want in your day-to-day diet. So I really eliminate dairy. I don't do gluten. I don't do soy. I really try to mitigate all the things that would be detrimental to my health overall. But most of the things that are detrimental to your health are also going to be detrimental to your gains and your size in general. The third thing is you want to have restful sleep. This is going to be imperative. This is the bread and butter. It honestly should have been number one because you only build, and I'm gonna say it one more time, you only build muscle in your sleep. So I get that when you go to the gym, you got the pump, you feel good, you're actually tearing the muscle down. That's a very important part of the process, but you don't build and repair it until you are sleeping. So you need to have adequate nutrition and you have to have adequate sleep in order to build and grow the muscles. So it's often been said that humans are the ultimate adaptation machine, meaning that it wants to evolve to its environment. So for instance, if you're benching 135 one week and then you up it to 140, your body wants to push itself to be able to get to the point where 140 is now easy like it was 135. Which is going to lead me into my next point. Number 4, the plan that you have should be around 4 to 6 days a week, and I'll get into that a little bit deeper, but you want to be focused on hypertrophy and progressive overload. So hypertrophy is important because it's the rep range in order to build muscle. So 8 to 12 rep range is usually like the gold zone of bodybuilding or putting on muscle, as well as progressive overload, meaning that, again, back to the example of 135 this week, you go up to 140, that's progressive overload. It's constantly pushing your body new limit to a higher limit in order for it to adapt and grow. This is gonna be imperative to building muscle and losing fat. And obviously the more muscle that you have on, the less fat that you are likely to have. Number 5, I think it's 5. But we wanna do 20 minutes of cardio 3 to 4 times a week. This is gonna depend on how many calories you're taking in and what your baseline is, whether you have a super active job or whether you just go for walks or whatever your hobbies are. You wanna be in a 200 to 500 caloric surplus, just depending again on what it is that you're doing. So it all ties together with the cardio that you're doing, the activity levels that you have, and really what you're putting in your body. So this is gonna be super critical because you wanna be in a slight caloric deficit. You don't wanna be 800 or 1,000 calories over maintenance because you don't want to be spilling over. You don't want to have issues with your lymph system like I did, where I'm breaking out, I'm having crazy acne, I'm brain fog, fatigue, feeling like absolute garbage all the time because I'm just throwing whatever down, just trying to eat and get those calories in. I'm not worried where they're coming from, not worried about macros, not worried about nutrients by any means. And that's how you end up feeling like shit. That's how you get symptoms. That's how you get sick overall. And it's just a huge issue. So overall, lean bulking may take a little bit more time, but you're gonna put on pure muscle versus dirty bulking and cutting, where you're putting on muscle and fat. And I think it's just a complete waste of time. If you're not on a little bit of gear, if you're not doing it with a coach, it's really, really gonna be hard to do it the right way. And it's gonna be hard to mentally get over eating all those foods that have been lighting up your dopamine receptors that entire time and then just be able to remove them. You're gonna be miserable. There's nothing worse than going from a high calorie diet to where you can eat whatever you want, as much as you want, and then restrict it going into a cut. I believe that just having a lifestyle worth of living healthy habits, healthy diet, healthy lifestyle in general is going to be imperative to long-term success instead of the yo-yo diet, which really create things like binge eating and really just eating disorders in general. I hope these tips have been so helpful for you guys. I hope you guys take it and run with it. I hope you guys have an amazing lean bulk. If you guys want to get my freebie of how to lose 15 plus pounds in 30 days or less, I'm gonna leave the link in the bottom. It is free, it is totally free. It's my gift to you guys. And if you guys wanna get on a free 15-minute coaching call to see if maybe we're a good fit, see what you wanna do in the future, and see what your ultimate goals are, I'm gonna leave a link for that below as well. You guys are all amazing. I'm wishing you the best on your lean bulk journey. If you guys have any questions, feel free to reach out. I love y'all. I'll talk to you soon. Take care.